Well, good afternoon. Welcome to HT26 on 3LG. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. Coming to you again from my favorite place, one of my favorites in Elizabethtown, Cape Fear Vineyard. Like I said, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that while I'm setting things up and ready to go. Today's segment is entitled All Purpose or Self Rising. So let that ponder on you a little bit while you pushing that little button for subscribe. Share it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think because your voice does matter as well as mine. So before we even get started upon HT26, let's go ahead and say the Holy Trinity prayer. Oh my God, whom I adore, help me to forget about myself entirely so that I may be established in you. May nothing trouble my peace or make me leave you. Oh my unchanging one, may each minute carry me further and further into the depths of your mystery. And we ask these things in your precious Son's name, Jesus. Amen. Alrighty. So like I said, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get started. As you can see, honey, I'm getting my exercise on. Not really exercise. I'm just not being lazy. I'm not sitting down today. I am standing up because it's just lovely in this exact spot down here by the water. So that's what I'm doing today. I will not be sitting down. I will be standing up. Like I said, today's segment is entitled, today's HT is entitled All Purpose or self-rising. Okay. Any of us that ever cooked, fried, or baked anything in our life, we know about these two particular flours. Okay. Let me brief the newbies. As some of us ain't never stepped into that kitchen or touched that pot yet. All purpose is a basic flour for frying. It can be used for baking if it's combined with a baking powder or another kind of rising element. Self-rising is a flour with baking powder and a bit of salt already in it. Each flour being significant in its own according to what the flour is being used for. Okay? However, today I am making an analysis between both flours and our drive as Christian people. Okay, an all-purpose believer. You believe, but you got to be pacified, baby, pushed, prepped, and conditioned in order to serve God. Okay? A self-rising believer. Don't need to be pacified, don't need to be baby, ready to serve God and help others stay connected and eager to learn more about God. We put our best foot forward trying to live right. That's self-rising, okay? So from hearing the descriptions, you can tell where you at right now and what you can do better to become self-rising if you're not there yet, okay? First of all, it's great that you're even flour. That means that you even believe, okay, to start with. But if you're all purpose, you need to vamp up if you want to grow spiritually and help others to grow. But if you are self-rising, we still good flour, don't get me wrong. But we can't stand on our own without the Holy Trinity. Okay? So when that flour is on that meat and it hits that grease just right at the right temperature, honey, we'll fry evenly. And when we are added to an ingredient for baking, okay, we are sifted first, and then we will bake evenly, and rise to the occasion. All right? The Holy Trinity is like that hot grease, honey, when you frying. Or it's like that egg, sugar, and vanilla extract when you baking. Okay? Becoming the best of us. Okay? Servants of God. Okay? We should always be ready to serve and not having to be pushed, baby, pacified, conditioned to serve God. Because when you self-rising, you don't need that push, okay? You ready all the time to serve God. You loving on God all the time. You don't have to be pushed or prepped, okay? Let me give you some living examples, okay? All-purpose personalities. You teach at a faculty, okay? You went to school for teaching, but you ain't trying to teach nobody about God. Something wrong with that, okay? 2, you wealthy, you live well, you don't pay no tithes, okay? You don't help less fortunate people under no circumstances, anytime, okay? 3, you sing well, you know many songs, you got harmony, but you don't sing or promote no choir, no praise team, no praise and worship. What good are you doing to help God when it's something that you love to do? Okay? Now, many people will say, let me say this. Many people will say, well, that sound like Daria, because Daria knows she can sing. Why she ain't on that choir? No, bugs. No, I used to sing. I love to sing, don't get me wrong. But I can't hold tunes and melody like I used to. So when you don't use it, you lose it. I understand that. So that's why I'm not on no choir, okay? Yes, I can sing a little bit, but it's not enough to get down on no choir. But yet I can still sing the little bit I can, praising God, okay? Now, if somebody would have said this 5 years ago, then they would have been right, because I could sing a little bit better than, hold better melody than. Oh, I still make mistakes because people had to come in and save me plenty of times. But it's not what I do now, okay? Believe me, if I could hold a serious tune and I knew songs well, oh, I would be up there singing. Don't get it twisted. I would be up there singing. I still sing from the pew. From the pew, though, okay? 4th example, you cook a lot. You love cooking. But I don't see you feeding the hungry. I don't see you bringing cooked plates to feed somebody less fortunate than you. I know you know some people that don't know where their next meal is coming from. And you could help them out since you love to cook. But when you don't do it, you sitting down on something that you could be doing better in, okay? You could be helping somebody, all right? You acting like all-purpose when you should be self-rising on that, okay? 5th example, you have all kinds of clothes, shoes, coats, jackets, but you don't give nothing to the less fortunate, okay? Now, I'm not rich at all in materialistic things, but I do have a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes, okay? And I had even more once upon a time. But every so often throughout the year, I donate clothes. I donate shoes. I donate these things because I'm able to do it, okay? So I do on that because that's something that I love, and I do help other people, okay? I've given countless dresses and clothes and shoes and sneakers away. So I do help on that note. So if you're a person that's like that, your closet is full up, you can help somebody else. Because when you don't, now you acting like all purpose when you should be self-rising, okay? That's all I'm saying. The 6th example is you come to church, but you expecting the church to entertain you. Okay, you're supposed to come to church with a praise on your lips, honey. You come dead, you'll leave that way, okay? You come ready to worship, like self-rising, honey, and your heart will be full of love and joy. Trust me. Church is not a play, a movie, a modeling agency, or a party scene, okay? Don't get it twisted. I come decent when I come to church. Now, I might be thrown away through the week, but when I step into church on Sunday, I'm going to look better than I looked the rest of those 6 days, because I believe that God deserves best, okay? When you come into his house, Even if I ain't acting the best, honey, I'm going to look my best when I come into the church of God. Unless it's dress down time, which is for our church, the month of July is dress down Sundays. So when you come to church Sundays in July, relax. You can wear your jeans. You can wear your little sundresses, but have respect. We don't want to see your thighs, and we don't want to see no breasts when you come to the house. So it's still about respect, but it is dress down month, okay, when you come in July. Okay? Don't come into the Lord's house with a chip on your shoulder, okay, or hatred in your heart. You come into the church, you can come broken, cut, hurt, because the church is like a doctor, like a hospital. It will help you. They will have compassion toward you, and hopefully you will feel better than the way you were when you came in. Okay? May God bless you all. Okay? Flour is good for a lot of things, each with their own purpose. But when it comes to being a child of God, a Christian person, a person saved or not yet saved, be ye ready to rise up on your own, not needing not needing to be pushed by someone. But what we do need from each other is to have more compassion, to be loving, be forgiving, and always ask for forgiveness. You don't have to like me, but you do have to love me if you want to find a place in heaven one day. Okay? I gotta say that people, a lot of people won't come into the church because a lot of churches are hypocritical. They judge people. They look down on people because they don't smell, look, or dress like you. Well, don't do that, because you can very well be somewhere where you're the oddball and you don't want somebody to mistreat you. So you remember that when people come into your house of worship or come upon your presence, period. And today was one of the greatest days at First Missionary Baptist Church, because the pastor preached on, you be the example. Honey, you just had to be there for it, okay? And that is so true. That is so true. You can talk the talk, honey, all you want to, but you have to be careful who you are following, and be mindful that you are an example. Other people are following you. They look up to you. They're watching you, what you do. Watching us, rather. So be mindful of that. And older women, older men, we set the example for the younger generation that's under us. So if we out here cutting a fool and looking crazy, what kind of example is that setting? So we have to remember that every day. No, we don't live for other people, but we got to remember that we are the example. Okay? Especially if you saved and you living for God, honey, trust and believe. Somebody is watching you, honey, and they ready to say, ooh, So, and I got to say this too. The sermon today at church by Pastor Corey Lyons was coming out of the book of Titus. Just read it, honey, and you'll understand what Paul was trying to get Titus to do. And that's the same thing what I'm asking of you today. Remember, be that example, honey. I would do everything in my might to be that example. I tell you, I will. I will try to be that example with everything in me. Of course, we make mistakes. We all do. No one is perfect. But you don't lay there in your mess. Okay? You don't lay in it. You brush yourself off, you get up, and you begin again. All purpose or self-rising. When it comes to the Holy Trinity, honey, I hope you are self-rising and don't need nobody to push or pull you, honey. You get up on your own and serve God. Do what you're supposed to do. And if you haven't yet got saved, Don't let nobody push you into doing that. Okay? Don't don't do that. Don't be all purpose, honey. Be self-rising, honey. Go up on your own and give God your heart and your mind and your soul. Don't let nobody push you to do anything because you may not be ready. Okay? Come up on your own and do not be afraid, because that does not mean you're going to cross every T and dot every I because you gave your heart to God. It takes time. It's a growing process. Like I said, I've been in it 15 years, and it's still a struggle with some things. So please, it's a good thing if you're flower, but let's be self-rising, honey. We don't need nothing else added to us, honey, because we rise to the occasion on our own. God bless you. I love you. I can't say that enough. This is a blessed day. My vacation is coming to an end. I'll be back at work Tuesday. But trust me when I tell you, don't wait on nobody to push you to do nothing. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own life. You are responsible. You can't blame nobody for the boat that you're laying in. Okay? All right? God bless you. And I hope that you will please come back to visit 3LG for HT27 next weekend. Peace.